Hello again guys, hope you're well, hope your businesses are doing well too. Me and Mike, we've got a bit of a one-off to do today. It's a place where we do regular commercial work throughout the year, so this is just an example of the extra jobs you can get. So they asked me to quote this job quite a while ago, and recently I got the purchase order for it, so yeah, we're going to get it done today. And we also have tomorrow, and tomorrow we have a few other jobs around the site to do as well. So I'm just going to show you our setup before we start. So Mike's just laid out the tools ready. So we've got the long reach steel hedge trimmer here. We use this for rough work. We don't like to use our best hedge trimmer on rough stuff. This is our better one that's cutting nice at the moment. So there's a good chance we might not even use this one today. And they've got a medium just to give us options. If we're working in a tight area, the medium's a bit easier to use. Got the chainsaw for cutting some trees down, the blower, and we've got the strimmer with the mulching blade fitted. We've got a few strimmers, so we just leave this one connected with the mulching blade all the time for when we need it. So we've got some loppers there, some fuel, then we've got our safety gear in there, and a bit of rope if we need to get somebody on the end of a rope just to pull a tree in the right direction. Got this tool here, I forgot what it's called actually, but we tend to use that just for taking the brush off the branches. We already have debris in the truck from several jobs we've been doing during the start of this week and during last week, so that's what we've got in there now. You can decide if we're going to get all this on the truck without having to go to the tip. What do you think, Mike?
I think we will.
Think we will?
I definitely think we will.
Yeah, and tomorrow we might clear them leaves up, mightn't we?
Yeah, it needs to.
Yeah. Looks like an old part of a steam train, doesn't it, this, Mike?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. This is probably where they used to throw the coal in to get the furnace going. Some of this, guys, we're going to go along later with the pruning saw and the snips and cut some of this out. It's not a good idea to get the mulching blade too close to the fencing. Didn't take me long to do that bit. Bog's up there just clearing the entrance now. It's going to make it a lot easier for us to get in and out. Let's see how Michael's getting on. Oh, you see how Michael's just opened this up now by going through with the edge trimmer. When you actually get into it, there's not too many trees really. Look, all this wood here, I'm gonna log up and keep it for my wood burner. And my dad uses it too. I'll even keep this. It's good to have different sizes when you're lighting a fire. But we use a pruning saw. I wouldn't get a chainsaw in there, just a pruning saw. A lot of these I'll be happy just to use a pruning saw. Safer. Have a breather, Mike.
Hello.
It's going alright, isn't it?
Yeah. Bit of rubbish down here as well.
But I reckon when you'll finish this to that end, and then you can use a bit of time then just with the pruning saw coming up behind me.
Yeah.
Pruning saw and snips.
Okay.
So I was saying you don't want to be using a chainsaw near metal.
Oh no.
I'd say most of these trees that are left in here we'll probably do with the pruning saw, won't we?
Yeah, they're not that big, are they?
There's just like there's one I might get the chainsaw on.
Not that big, are they really?
Yeah. So me and Mike, we've got our plan now really. It's like this at the start of a lot of jobs. We sometimes I have a plan before I get here, but then the plan changes. But there's no need just to have your machines running constantly and do one phase all in one go. You can do sections, put your machine down, give it a bit of cooling off time, refuel. I mean, one tactic is sometimes with some jobs I'll use a machine until I run out of fuel, and then when I fill back up I'll go and do something else for a bit, and it gives you something to aim for, because you don't want to be burning your machines out and you don't want to be using one muscle all the time. So if you can put your machine down for a bit, do a bit of pruning. Sometimes we'll put our machines down together just so it's quiet for a while, and we'll even just put the radio on for a bit while we're doing some other jobs.
Yeah.
It works quite well. So, I mean, this is just the way I do it, and when I first started my business I didn't do it like this straight away. My mindset would be to maybe mulch all this in one go, holding the machine constantly for a long time. I look back and I've definitely evolved over time.
You definitely say it when your arms and your muscles. So.
Yeah, I think when you're younger you don't think as much about your body because you've got more energy, but
No, that's very true.
But,
Very true.
but as you get older you start to have to be a bit more clever about how you approach jobs. So anyway, that's our ramble done for today. We'll get some more work done, won't we? Maybe
Yeah,
have a cup of tea, won't we?
Yeah. Might as well have a cup of tea, as you all know.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, it's not somebody's back garden. This, you've got to keep that in your mind. The client's going to just expect to see this all down at ground level, isn't they, when they look up here? I don't think they're going to be thinking, oh, have you collected all the leaves and that? I think it's definitely a good policy to have this gravel cleared here. I wouldn't leave,
this would be cleaned off here.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave the debris down here, but
it's not worth doing that until you get further along as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some bigger trees over there, Mike. So
yeah.
When I see trees like that, I just think firewood, don't I, Mike?
Yeah.
It's
free firewood.
It's surprising really how much firewood I get throughout the year, just not by doing tree surgery, just doing jobs like this, just keeping it. And you know, to me it's sacrilege to take that to the tip and tip it. To me, yeah, it's a good
night's burning.
Yeah. Look, if I look at this job now, there's probably a week's worth of wood, to be honest.
Yeah.
For me, once it's all broken down. And the good thing about this kind of wood, you all got different sizes, and you need different sizes to light a good fire. And this wood I won't be burning for probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So I've got a bit of a road to go.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, what I'm burning now is probably about 3 years old, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
I think so. So yeah, if you're running a business like this, guys, think about getting a wood burner.
If you can afford one, and you're allowed to.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, if you had to buy wood, it's, you know, I wouldn't have a wood burner if I had to buy wood. It's more expensive than gas, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, we're going into another conversation here, aren't we, Mike?
We are, yeah.
we might do a video one day just on wood burners. I just want to show you a quick example why we don't do these jobs in the spring or early summer. It's always here in the spring. There could be fledglings in there now. Well, I know there's a few people in this industry who may not care too much about nature. I'm not saying, like, you know, I don't really know what percentage, but I know there's a few people out there who don't really care about stuff like this, but I do. I like to work in a mindful way. And also, if you get offered a job like this in the summer when you're normally going to be busy mowing lawns, why would you want to do this job in the spring or summer unless you really didn't have any work? So this is a really good way of putting work back to the end of the mowing season. So what you can say to your customer is, yes, I'll quote for it as long as I can do it after the mowing season. So this way you're going to get more work throughout the year. That's a good job to do during November, December, January or February. So there's Mike up there. He's just going to start snipping away around the palisade fencing. And as he goes around, he'll put it straight onto a bag just so it's easier to move. So we use the bag like a little bit of a sling, really. So he'll just collect a bit as he comes up. So what I'll do, I haven't got my hat on. People will know I'm bold now, mate. Maybe.
Right. I don't think they know I'm going bold.
Mike, can we see what's under your hat?
Yeah, right.
You sure? It's going to be on YouTube, you know. Can't go back.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't got it actually.
Not much, but there's some.
It's a bit of a quiff. First time I've seen under Mike's hat this year, I think. I'd stop for a bit because some guy's having a fag break on the other side of the fence. So thing is, it seems like a steady stream of people. So I might have to go ahead of them and then go back. Then guys, I'm going in with the litter picker now. There's a few dodgy looking things in there in bottles. And even plastic bags. I don't think I need to say any more, but it's next to where people park their lorries, so. I'm going to remove some trees now using the MS171 Stihl chainsaw. Now, it's not a really big chainsaw, and if you just do ground maintenance, you should never really need a chainsaw with a really big bar unless you're felling large trees. With this bar, you can deal with twice the length of the bar, so that's a pretty big tree I could still fell even with this. So the chainsaw is really as good as the chain you got on it and how you look after it, really. So yeah, you don't need to look cool and have a massive chainsaw to do a job like this unless you're a tree surgeon where you need to have a few different options. So anyway, I'm going to get this going. Still cold because I haven't used it yet. A bit loose, so I'm going to try it now, look. Right.
That one there is right round the wire.
That round there. get the steps then and go up to it, just cut it off. Just take a photo of that, Mike, I reckon, and I'll send it to the owner, just so they know what's going on. Probably not even in use, but it needs sorting out really, doesn't it?
Wow.